Hey all, in this video we will be having a look at how to use shared preference. Shared preference is a small scale in-device storage. Think of it this way. A shared preference is usually used to save your settings or the state of the app at any current situation. What we are going to do is, if you have ever used an app, like for example after downloading and then you open it up and then you see a screen for the first time, it shows you how to use the app, how to go through everything, and so on and so forth. But the next consecutive times, whenever you turn the app off and then reopen it, you never see that welcome screen ever again. What you get to see is directly a home page. Shared preference can help us there. Now, to get started with shared preference, let's go to pubspec.yaml, where I will use my shortcut to get the dependency for shared preference, shed_references, shared preferences. Now let's click enter. And here I have it. Now let's save it. Alright, so now we have shared preference inside our project. So now let's go to main.dart. Now for main.dart, I'll get rid of all the widgets that we have. Alright, and before I get started, what I would like to do is make two new screens. So one should be our welcome_screen.dart, where it's going to be a stateless widget that only says welcome. So let's name it welcome screen, and here let us return a scaffold that has an app bar with a title of text that says welcome screen. Now let's copy it and let's make a new file and let's name it home_screen.dart, and let's paste it. And what I'll do is change the welcome to be a home, and let's copy it and paste it underneath. Alright, now let's get rid of both these files. What I want to do is I want to set this app in such a way that when we turn this app on for the first time, we get the welcome screen. But if we turn it off and then turn the app on again, we never get to see the welcome screen ever again. I want it to come only once. And in the process, we'll learn how to use shared preference. So firstly, let's make a new stateless widget and let's name it my app, where we need a material app with the home, and let's give it root page. Now let's make a new stateless widget and let's pass root page. Alright. Now the root page should have a scaffold where we have an app bar with the title of text that says root page. Now for the body, I want a simple center with a child that has an elevated button. The on press should be empty for now, and the child should be a text that says proceed. Alright. Now it's finally time that we get started with shared preferences. To get started with shared preferences, let's get outside this widget and this widget. So I'm gonna go outside all the widget I can make it here, you can make it here, wherever you want. Let's work here. Now, let's get a get. Let's make a get visit flag. Let's make it a function. And this function should be an async function because the function is going to return us something in the future. Now, to get started with shared preference, you have to initiate an instance of shared preference. To do so, you write shared preference and give it a name equals to await shared preference dot get instance. Alright, so what this will do, this line is going to wait and get an instance for the shared preference, and it will save it in this variable called preference. Now let's do preference dot get bool, and get bool should be a key. Let's give this name, let's give the key a name, and let's name it is visiting, and if this is false, I want to return a false here. If this is null, I want to return a value, and we can save it here. Bool is visiting. Now this value, this bool value, is going to go inside the preference, and it will get a value inside the key for is visiting. And if it finds null the very first time, it will automatically return a false. Hence this null aware operator here. Now finally, we have to return the variable is visiting, and we are good to go for this method here. Now let's make a second method, set visit flag, where it should be an async function to 2. And let's get this line, shared preference. Alright, now what we want to do is we want to call preference dot set bool. So set bool is going to go to this key, and it's going to set a value for that key, and we're good. So this method is for setting a variable, and this method is for retrieving a variable. Now with all of that, we can come down where we have our elevate button. Now we can come here where we have this proceed button, and inside it we can initiate a check. So what we have to do is first turn it an async function so that we know that it's going to return something in the future. And let's await get visit flag. So we are gonna first check it, and then we are going to save it in a variable. So bool visit flag. So inside this variable, we are going to go and check shared preference and see what the result is. So if it's true, we're gonna save true here. If it's false, we're gonna save false here. Now also after that, since we are already starting the app for the first time here, we are going to set visit flag. Now after all of that, let's make a check. So we can call visit flag. If visit flag is true, what we're going to do is we're going to call a navigator dot of context dot push, and otherwise we are gonna do the same. The only difference is for the first one we're gonna call home screen, and for the second one we're gonna call, my bad, for the first one we're gonna call welcome screen, and for the second one we're gonna call home screen. So now inside route, let's call material page route, and let's pass a context, and let's call welcome screen here. Alright, we're good. For the second one, let's do the same, material page route, where we're gonna pass a context, and called home screen. Alright, with all of that, I'm going to check this app for the first time too, and let's do a hot restart, and let's see which page does it take us to. I'm going to pause the video here and rebuild the app once again. Alright, so now I have restarted the app. One more thing, inside this check, what I want to do is, I have made a mistake here. If we have a return value of true, since we have made the condition true here, right? If we are setting for the first time, we want to pass true here. True. Now the thing is, if visit flag is true, if we have visited first before, so it's going to pass us the home screen, right? Home screen. And if it returns false, we're gonna pass the welcome screen. So welcome screen is going to show up for the very first time and never again. So now let's save it. And moment of truth, let's click proceed. And we have welcome screen here. Let's go back and let's click here again. You see we have home screen. Now it's not done yet. Let's stop it. Let's turn this app off so we can, and let's open up shared preference. And let's try again. Let's click proceed. Alright. Let's turn it off again. Moment. You see, welcome screen doesn't show anymore. It's just home screen. No matter how many times I turn the app off completely, welcome screen will not come back. So with all of that, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.